Hey, welcome everybody. I'm hoping this is going to work here. Let me see if I can get my screen bigger. Shoot, how did I do that before? Hold on just a second. Okay. So we are talking tonight about healthy emotions, healthy holiday emotions. And how many of you have big family things going on or about to happen? You know, maybe you get together with people that you may or may not like, right? Because honestly, we were born into some relationships and we have to, we have to deal with them no matter what. And so sometimes a lot of times for many of us, holidays can be a stressful time. Okay. And right now, I mean, for me, it's just juggling everybody's schedule to figure out when can we all get together and when can we meet. So if you hear beeping, just so you know, it's the internet that my Wi-Fi was almost empty and I'm hoping that it'll hold while we do this. Otherwise I lose it all online. Okay. So we're talking tonight, like I said, about healthy holiday emotions. Holidays can be stressful and maybe, you identify with some of these, things on the screen here. I'm trying to, let me move this so it's a little bit smaller. All right. We'd love to get together. Hopefully at least some of the people you're going to get together with you like, and that you are looking forward to it. But sadly, the holiday season can mean added stress for many, and especially women. So what are some of the extra obligations you guys take on during holidays? Can you think of any one or two right off the bat that you're like, oh yeah, I don't normally do all the shopping. Yes. Baking, making meals, is that what you said? Yeah. Yeah, making Thanksgiving, yeah, and then just having extra people maybe in your house or being around extra people or traveling or, all the things that we do and expectations that we put on ourselves oftentimes to make it the best ever. But how many times are you afterwards you're like, oh, I should have done this better, or oh, I wish I would have said this or not said this, or I wish so and so would have, straightened up, or right. So we have all these expectations, which just adds even more to our stress. So tonight we're going to talk about some alternatives and ways that you can enjoy the holidays instead of being ready for them to be over with before they even get started. Okay. And that's just, Karen's like, oh, that's such a sad thing to think about. But for many people, that kind of is, or even like you do everything to get it ready for it. And it's exciting. And then you're just like tired the day of, right? And so we don't enjoy it as much as we would like. Okay, so let's talk first about general stress, maybe. So there are many ways to manage stress naturally. And hopefully you already know, some of your own go-tos, things like exercise, prayer, meditation, maybe, reading or getting away, going for a walk, that kind of thing is great ways to take care of ourselves that hopefully you're already implementing. But some other products that we can use throughout our day. In the morning, one of the best things to do is to take Cortistop. And this is a supplement. It's over there. You guys can grab it and pass it around. And just so you know, it says Cortistop for women's. It's not just for women. And Angie can open it if you want. Men can take this as well. And this is one of my favorite products, especially when I know I'm under stress, or if I'm at the point where like I'm ready to bite somebody's head off, I realize, oh, I need to get my Cortistop, right? So continued stress interferes with the hormone feedback system in our bodies, and it results in the production of too much of the stress hormone cortisol. So Cortistop contains DHEA, pregnenolone, and other ingredients that help balance stress hormones and slow down the body's production of cortisol. So this is one, I think on the instructions, it might say to take, what's it say? One to two, once or twice a day. 2 capsules in the morning before breakfast, and you can, and then it says you can take also 1 to 2 at night as well. So really, I would encourage you to muscle test. If you don't know how to do that, we can talk about that after the class, and to figure out what is it your body needs. Generally, this is a fast acting supplement, for at least for me. I can take it usually by my second dose. I'm like, okay, I can breathe and I'm not going to hurt someone today, which is a good thing, right? Because I wait to take it until I'm really, really stressed. So This can help, if we take it each day, cortisol can help diminish the amount of stress we experience. Okay. And so again, it's just, you might still be in a stressful situation, but the way you react to it is just, you're thinking through it more because your cortisol level is lower. All right. So does anybody carry Stress Away roll-on or Stress Away in your purse with you? Do you use it? Because I often carry it and then I forget to get it out when I'm stressed. So hopefully you're using it, right? But Stress Away, and I think I have one here. Hopefully, it's a great way just to carry it around with you. You can put it on your neck, your wrists, when you start to feel your nerves kicking in throughout the day. And it's really easy. The roll-on, I love the roll-ons because they're so easy to share with other people. And I know when I used to work at the hospital, you know, the nurses or different people would come back and be really stressed. I'm like, here, let me just wipe this on your wrist, right? And just smell it. And they would just be like, oh, right. And I could just watch their their stress and their cortisol really lower as they would smell it. And then a favorite way to maybe end your day is with a relaxing warm bath. So we have these bath bombs, the lavender bath bombs that you can add to your bathtub. And you guys are welcome. I think you're welcome to take one because I think there's 3 in here. So if you would like to take one and home with you, it's your own special gift for showing up tonight. But this is a great way, you know, you just throw it in your bathtub, it effervesces and it smells amazing, and soaking in it, your skin will feel amazing as well. And you will be calm and relaxed and ready for bed. So, all right. Is anybody here guilty of, yeah, don't go to bed yet. Okay. You can smell it now, but you can't go to sleep yet. So if you're guilty of emotional eating, anybody, any emotional eaters here? Yeah. Okay. So I am too. And it is natural human tendency to soothe the stress and emotions with food. And fortunately, there are a few favorite products that can help prevent this behavior and the regret that comes with it. So one favorite trick is using a bit of peppermint oil after a meal. Okay, so peppermint not only does it help to improve your digestion and prevent some digestive discomforts, but peppermint also helps you feel full longer to prevent grazing in between meals, which, you know, that as I was preparing this today, I was like, oh, why don't I do that more often, right? So you can actually use a drop on your stomach or your wrist, or put a drop of peppermint vitality in a cup of water to drink. And hopefully you're used to peppermint. We do have that here. Peppermint, you know, that always made sense to me that peppermint's great for digestive issues because, you know, you go to a buffet or someplace and they give you a mint afterwards. That's right, because it helps you digest your food. And so you're not like walking out feeling gross. So peppermint is a great way, but I love the idea to prevent grazing. So I'm going to start doing that tomorrow. If the holiday,
water all the time.
do you?
The peppermint, equal amounts of peppermint, lemon, and lavender.
Okay.
And Kathy made a mix for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I water every day, and the drink less pop down.
Go
I had
ahead.
to get off of, but put back on that. And,
Good.
yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great option. And hopefully it'll help you not want pop or soda, not want, well, we're going to talk about dill next. So if the holiday treats get the better of you, you can reach for dill and actually put a drop on the inside of your wrist to help curb sugar cravings. Okay. And we already passed that around, but you're welcome to pass it again if you want and put it on. Dill also has a side effect of calming you down. And so if you're really high strung and whatnot, it just helps you calm and relax as well. You may have heard my story with Kelby used to love dill, and she would put it on all the time. And she made little spray bottles of it with water and dill. And this is probably when she's like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kind of area. And she would go to church and she would spray it. Her little girlfriends all loved it. So they'd all spray it as perfume in Sunday school or whatever. And the teachers were all, and they came to me one day and they said, okay, our room always smells like dill pickles, but the boys are really calm.
I love it.
So if you don't mind the smell of dill pickles and you have very, very energetic children, that might be your new best friend, right? So, and I love that. All right. And then hopefully you're adding lemon to your water anyways. And we do that often to flavor our water, but you may not realize it's also can help improve your mood throughout the day. And when you're in a better mood, you're less likely to reach for food to calm you down. and settle those emotions, right? So you can obviously put water or put lemon in your water, put it in your food. Lemon Vitality is a great option for any of that. Okay, if you overindulge, sometimes when we're emotional eaters or drinkers, holidays can be tough. Plus, adding in those holiday parties, gatherings, and events can often lead us to overindulging. So whether you eat too much or consume a bit too much alcohol, the consequences can sometimes ruin that night or then even the next day, right? So after an evening of cocktails, you can try rubbing 2 to 3 drops of ledum essential oil over your liver, which is along the right side of our body, right? Front and back, all the way around. Or you can take 2 detoxin capsules before bed. Another thing you could do if you overindulge is, we just got it free last month, I forgot to grab it, is Digest and Cleanse, right? That's a great supplement for any time that you're just feeling kind of bloated and heavy and low. That's usually when I remember to take it. You can take it before you eat as well. And of course, any of our enzymes. I did bring some Detoxime tonight. Also, if you're overindulged on food, a few drops of Digest Vitality essential oil blend in a capsule or under the tongue can work well to soothe the digestive system as well. All right, avoiding the holiday blues. And I had to add the puppy diffuser here because he is so cute. So when we think of the holidays, we usually think of great times with friends and family. But like we talked about at the very beginning, sometimes that's not reality for people, right? So many people get the holiday blues or even general depression or sadness or just, and again, I think a lot of times that comes to, we might be from grief or from just different stress, but it also, I think a lot of times comes from expectations. And so I just really want to encourage you to look at your expectations for the holidays as they're coming up, and even after that, because we expect, we're going to be stressed in January, or we're going to be sad because we don't have anything to look forward to. Well, that's a choice. It's all a choice of what we do, and we can choose today to be like, okay, nope, in January when the holidays are over, I'm going to be doing XYZ that's positive and proactive, and not just like, oh, poor me, right? Okay, that was a little aside. So being proactive, here it is. Being proactive is the best way to handle depression or sadness at any time, including the holidays. And so being proactive is diffusing essential oils, right? Diffusing oils in a diffuser, putting them on our body, putting them in spray bottles, even taking them in capsules. All of those can help us to elevate our mood, to bring our frequency up, and just to help us feel better overall. So diffusing essential oils or wearing them topically, it's a great way to deal with depression or sadness. And this is because when we inhale an aroma, it goes straight to the amygdala portion of the brain where the limbic system controls your emotions. So this can help with releasing negative emotions and encouraging a better mood. So just by smelling the oil, it's going to raise your frequency. It's going to, hit the amygdala is part of that fight, flight, right? And so it's going to help calm that down and settle your body, settle your stress. Okay, I've also been reading a lot. So, a few to try, great oils: joy, bergamot, orange, frankincense, hope, release, Christmas spirit. Really anything that you open and that you smell and you're like, oh, I feel grounded, or I feel positive. I just feel better, right? So for me, it's any of the tree oils. I love evergreen essence. I love Sacred Mountain. They're very grounding and and roots, that the new one that came out last year. I love that one. The other thing that I wanted to talk about tonight is, and it's not on the slide, is mineral essence. And I have had a hate relationship, I'll just say, with mineral essence for years and years because it tastes terrible, right? It's minerals from the Great Salt Lake. So it is like, it's salty and I don't know, it just is hard to consume. However, I've been reading more about it, And this probably in maybe August, I decided, okay, I'm going to start taking mineral essence every day. And I add it to my greens and collagen and ICP daily. And I actually add MindWise to it too. So I make this little concoction and I, about probably 8 ounces of water, and I drink it, and it doesn't taste nearly as bad. So if you really hate the taste, I'm just going to say add more water to it or whatever your drink is, and it will totally dilute it out. But what I've been reading recently is that the minerals in this are amazing for people with mental health challenges. Okay, so whatever that might be, I would really highly recommend that you look at this. I've also found that I think it's helping my heart just be like more regulated and not as stressed or as, even because sometimes I just, like it would beat really fast or it would just kind of be off. I would just feel off. And I haven't had that since I've been doing this. And I do it probably 4 or 5 times a week at least. Okay.
Would it help with aging?
I don't know. It might, I don't know.
Because there's diagnosed with that.
Okay, well, this could be, because there's, read up on it and read up on all of the minerals that are in it. This actually doesn't have the whole list on it, but because I think you might find some really big surprises in there. I use 5, but I was also, so in one of the threads I was, and a dropper is like half full or, not even half full, right? That I was reading that when people are having more challenges, mental health wise, or, even physical wise, probably to do it 2 or 3 times a day is what they're having. And like, even their kids do this 2 or 3 times a day. So I don't think we talk about this enough. I'm going to have to do more research on each of those and maybe even do a little class on this, but this is a huge blessing for people. So if you guys want to try it later, we can add it, and we'll do it in a bigger cup of water. And I think you're going to notice, it doesn't taste nearly as bad, right? And we can even add Ningxia to it or different things. All right. So avoiding the holiday blues, and you're welcome to take a picture of this if you want for these recipes. These are a couple of blends you can create to help avoid the holiday blues. And these blends both contain essential oils that are ideal for uplifting the mood and helping you stay positive. So you can see there's bergamot, orange, and peppermint, which is very uplifting. And then the Blues Busters blend is Idaho Grand Fir, which is one of those, that's going to be the really stabilizing, deep-rooted oil, right? Cinnamon bark, grapefruit, and wintergreen. So you get to try different things. And, what I would say though, if you have something or a couple of things that you're like, I just love the smell of this one, you could, I would start slow, but you can combine things, or you can just do a search on, oil, diffuser combinations with whatever your favorite oil is, right? And go from there. All right. So next is seasonal depression or seasonal affective disorder. I'm not diagnosing this. I'm not gonna, we're not like promising cures or anything like that. But I just want to talk briefly about it because we're going into winter, and that's when a lot of people are feeling more sad or more, and they get diagnosed. Sometimes I think that we diagnose people just to give a diagnosis, not because it maybe is really the case. Okay. And I'm not saying it's always that way, but sometimes that, it's like, you just have this and go on about your way. We don't want to do that. We want options. So seasonal depression or sad, it's caused by shorter days with less sunlight. It's worsened by stress. It's more prevalent in northern climates and for those with a family history of seasonal affective disorder. This is a little bit different than general sadness and depression. And so it's often kind of a deeper levels, and holiday stress frequently compounds the issue. And again, they might, people may get through the holidays because they have all this stuff to look forward to, and then it hits hard in January, right? So we want to give options. Best thing you can do, honestly, is spend time outdoors. And even better, so go for a walk, even if it's just around your house, and just to be out in the sunshine, especially if it's a sunny day. Exercise helps the brain release endorphins. And if you can do it barefoot, even if there's snow or the ground is frozen, if you can do it barefoot, even for a few minutes, you get the extra benefit of grounding with the earth. My husband, oftentimes he loves to go out when it's starting to get kind of frosty, and he'll go out barefoot, and he's like, my feet are tingling like crazy, but it almost helps, like sometimes he has some foot pain, and it helps work through that. and that cold does, but also he's getting the benefit of grounding in the, on the earth, which is what we would do in the summer, hopefully, right? So that's a good thing. Let's see, our bodies don't get enough vitamin D when we don't spend time in the sun. So taking a vitamin D supplement can also combat seasonal depression and even boost immunity at the same time. We have super vitamin D here. If you haven't tried it, again, you're welcome to try one. You just put it on your tongue, let it dissolve for 10 seconds, I think, and then go ahead and open it. Then you can chew it and swallow it down. So somebody just asked me today, why doesn't this have vitamin K2 in it? Okay, and our vitamin D doesn't. And there's a couple reasons that I've come up with. One is that it's a complementary supplement to Master Formula, which has K2 in it. Okay, so you're going to get it from that if you're taking that. The other thing is that a lot of us need a lot more vitamin D. And maybe, during seasonal, you might need more, like right, now, because we're not outside in the sun a lot. So we can increase our vitamin D consumption with this versus we could not increase it if we had K2 in it, because D, you can increase D a lot more than you can potassium, right? You don't want to like take it. Yeah, right. K2 is potassium. I thought it was potassium. Isn't vitamin K potassium? Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think. So, and if somebody knows differently, you can let me know. Of D and K2, yeah. And so oftentimes they go together, but I think also with the essential oils in it, it doesn't need that in order for the body to absorb it. So there's, several different reasons there. The other thing is, if they had put the K in it, then people said that vegans couldn't take it. So this is vegan friendly this way too, okay? Okay. Oops. Powering your brain. Does anybody have an endless to-do list right now? Yeah, okay, all kinds of things. And that's why, again, thank you for coming. You can't find it. You have the list, but you can't find it. Yeah, I keep adding to it more and more and more. Yes. Yeah, we may never check them off, check those boxes or cross them off, although I do get great pleasure crossing those off. Okay. So we can't, we got to talk about exhaustion when we talk about holiday emotions. So adding so much to our schedules can wear us down physically and emotionally. And the endless to-dos lists can take their toll on our bodies. So that's why you may want to ramp up your personal care to include some great products to keep your brain powered for all the extras you have to do during the holidays. So a couple of things, hopefully you guys are using some of these products here. One of my favorite ways, again, that I've implemented just since very consistently, or more consistently since I think August, to stay focused and avoid the exhausted brain fog, is MindWise. And this supplement comes in a handy bottle, which is over there, or I have these MindWise packets, so they come in sachet packets as well. And I think it's gosh, I don't even know how much it calls for, because I literally just pour it in. And when I'm doing my meal, or my drink, I just pour it in. But it comes, this is a serving. It's at a tablespoon. I think maybe at 1 tablespoon. Like you ramp up for a week with 2 tablespoons, and you go down to 1 for just to continue to go. So this helps you stay focused and sharp. And I actually, I've noticed I'm remembering where I put my keys and my phone and my coffee cup and whatever else I've, when historically sat down and go, what did I do with that? So this is helping. Other things you can do to power your brain, of course, drink Ningxia Red every single day. This is a powerful antioxidant drink that supports overall wellness, and it keeps people on your toes and out of the doctor's office throughout the year. And new research has shown it's actually beneficial for sleep, right? So hopefully you've seen some of that research. And I know a lot of people that drink Ningxia Red at nighttime, at bedtime, right? And it just helps them. Yep, you can. So you can, and they've done some recent studies on it. So you can do a search on Ningxia Red and sleep in the hub, and you should get a post to that link, or to the link to the study. Ningxia Zing gives a healthy boost of energy when you need it. And most energy drinks contain a ton of sugar, caffeine, or other artificial ingredients that are bad for you. And Ningxia Zing actually is a delicious, refreshing drink that offers just the right amount of get up and go when you need it most. So I know Angie's a big lover of the Ningxia Nitro and Zing, right? Do you do sulfurzyme in that combo too, usually? Yep, sometimes sulfurzyme. So, oh, and lime, yeah. So you can mix and match these, you can drink them separate, it's truly whatever you prefer. I have really been enjoying Ningxia and orange juice lately, and it's like it's just so good. And so that's what a lot of times in the afternoon, or a lot of times I'll just do Ningxia and water. I like that too. Okay, and then the last one on this slide, at least, is Brain Power Essential Oil Blend, which is great for staying mentally focused, and I think that's out here somewhere. Oh, okay. So you can rub a few drops on your temple or your neck to stay sharp and on top of all the to-dos. Now, obviously, there are lots of other ways to keep our brain sharp and focused. What else do you guys like to use? Peppermint. Yeah, good. Energy. Yep, that's actually an oil if you're not familiar with it. So EN-R-G-GEE. We get it free this month? Oh, we get it free this month. I didn't even realize. I should have brought those too. Clarity is another great one, just to help keep your focus. Frankincense though is awesome, and lemon are great options too. So don't overlook the common ones because we think, oh, we got to get something like special. And honestly, any of them that just kind of wake up your brain, it's a good thing to use and to try. Okay, so let's talk about sleep. All right, I did mention that Ningxia is one option for sleep. So raise your hand if you sleep well every night. Does anybody sleep well? Like every night you're out like a light and it's all great. If you take a sleeping pill, okay, well, we want to get you off of those if possible. Okay, all right. So and probably during holidays or stressful times, we're even getting less quality sleep anyway, right? All right, so the sad news is that stress can lead to trouble sleeping, and lack of sleep can worsen stress. So we have that vicious cycle. And actually at the beginning of the class, we talked about cortisol and how, our stress hormone goes up, or that cortisol is our stress hormone. And as that goes up, it actually stops us from going to sleep, because the same receptor sites that use the cortisol are the ones that produce, I believe, melatonin. So they have to use up all the cortisol before the melatonin can come in, right? So if we're really highly stressed for a long time, no wonder we're not sleeping at night. So again, cortisol may be beneficial. But one of the simplest ways to get better sleep is by applying cedarwood essential oil. So cedarwood contains a chemical compound called Sedrol that actually helps relax the brain and body and increase the production of melatonin. So I like to put cedarwood right here on my forehead. You can put it on the back of your neck. So a lot of people diffuse it. So put a few drops in your diffuser. And again, you can add it if you're like, oh, I don't like the smell of it. Add lavender to it, or add tranquil to it, or whatever your favorite oil is that you like. Add peace and calming to it, whatever. You could also put it on your feet. Yeah, so the Sedrol helps relax the brain and body, yeah, and increase the production of melatonin. Yeah, the Sedrol that's in that. Yes, and putting it on your big toe corresponds with your brain or your thumb. Okay, so if you can't even reach your big toe, rub it on your thumb. Have somebody else put it on your big toe. I don't know. All right. Sandalwood essential oil is another great one to help calm stress and promote good sleep. Cedarwood is much more economical. So if you're on a budget, start with cedarwood, see if it helps. If not, then move to sandalwood. We've talked about tranquil tonight, and that's another great option. I also brought Rutavala. Roll-on, it comes in a roll-on and a liquid, or a bottle, dropper bottle. This is not one of my favorite smells, but it knocks me out, and it stops my thoughts. Yeah, putting it on your feet's a great option if you don't like the smell of it. Okay.
What was that one?
Rutavala, and it's the one that they're passing around here. And then we have a supplement called Sleep Essence. And this contains several essential oils along with melatonin to help you get a good night's sleep. And the best part is you don't have to take it every night. So you can just use it on the days when you feel more stressed or wired and need extra help drifting off to sleep. Okay, if it's not open, you can open it, that's fine. So, oh, okay. And then also I don't forget about CBD. We have a calm roller, we have the drops as well, but this calm roller contains potent CBD with an array of essential oils to help relax and quiet your mind, creating a peaceful nighttime environment and support a worry-free outlook. So many options for sleep, and really you just have to kind of figure out what is it that works best for you, right? And you do that by trying different things. So don't think, oh, I tried that once, it doesn't work. Because your body, you may have been under more stress at that day or whatever. So try it, try it for a few nights. Maybe you try cedarwood at first, and the next night, if that, like, well, that didn't do enough, do cedarwood and peace and calming or something else, whatever your favorites are. All right, so one quick meditation, and again, you can take a picture of the slide if you want, but it's pretty easy to remember. So the first thing we do is we lie down, make sure you're comfortable, remove all distractions, and that includes our phone, right? So many of us, this thing is out our side all the time, glued to us. You need to take it out of the room and just, like truly leave it. We should take it out of our room anyways, especially at bedtime, but just to, relax and not have the distraction of it. So start out by breathing very slowly and deeply, and just raise your awareness to your rhythmic breathing. So really just kind of tune into your breathing. This is what that means. Okay. And just, like even be, like if you're breathing, you might be thinking, okay, count to 5 or count to 10, breathe in, breathe out, and just really focusing on that. And then starting with your head, begin a process of relaxing each part of your body from your face to your neck, shoulders to the arms, to the hands, torso, legs, feet, and so forth. So literally, you're just kind of thinking about just each part of your body relaxing, right? That's what this is. It's really all it's about. But if you've ever done that and actually spent the time, and to think about, okay, my eyes are relaxed. And like when I really focus in on that, I can actually almost feel like my eyes just kind of like chilling out, right? And then and like, okay, I'm gonna relax all the skin on my face, and you go down your body, and it truly is amazing. Like all of a sudden you're like, oh, I just feel so heavy, right? But oftentimes, because we're not used to this kind of a thing, our minds will start being like, oh, we got to wake up though, come on, let's go do this and let's go do that. So we have to just calmly bring our mind back to, no, we're relaxing my face right now, right? And it seems goofy, but if you really do it, it really can be relaxing and maybe even help you drift off to sleep. So you might have to repeat the process a few times until you can really relax. And again, it's just all about, it's mind control, right? It's controlling our mind from all the other things around us. But if you've got something on your head, on your mind that you're like, oh, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this, just have a piece of paper there so you can write it down quick and then go back to just relaxing, right? Don't get up to go write it down, because then you won't go back to relax. It's a process. All right. We're going to wrap up this whole class and this whole education with Gary's Great Day Protocol. Gary created the Great Day Protocol to help us just really be, again, more present with who we are and to set our intentions for the day every day. And I love to do this every in the morning as I'm starting to get ready. It helps to focus our thoughts and intentions at the start of the day. For the last couple of days, we've done a Great Day Protocol or challenge in January, so we may do that again. I don't know. But I just encourage each of you to do this and start it now. Okay, don't wait till January to do it, or don't wait till later. But if you have these oils, start it now, and if you don't have them, maybe this is what you should get so that you're ready for, if we do the challenge, or just so you can be purposeful and intentional about putting these on and setting your intentions for the day of how do I want this day to go. Okay. So we start with Valor Essential Oils, and you're actually, you put a drop in your left hand, put your hands together, and then of course, cup it over your nose and your mouth, and inhale. I also like to just set it right here on my, on my wrists, and I hold my wrists together, and as I'm breathing that in and I'm thinking about, I really truly am like, okay, and I use this time as a prayer time for me. And I'm just like, God, help me to be really intentional about every interaction I have with people. Let me be a blessing to them, let me give hope, help me to be kind with my words. Help me to, maybe not bite somebody's head off or whatever. But just being really intentional. So, let's see. Oh, you can put it on the back of your neck as well. And then, like I said, on the wrist, you're going to hold the pulse points together, and then breathe in, take a moment to be still while affirming your intentions for the day. So what state of being would you like to cultivate, and what do you want to accomplish? Okay, really is what that's all about. Okay. And then we go to harmony, and this is on the solar plexus. So it's really right around your belly button is where you're going to put this. And so you're putting a drop of harmony in your left hand, putting your hands together, right? Cupping it over your nose and mouth, breathing it in again. And then you're going to, just above your belly button is where you're going to go. And as you inhale this aroma, use the affirmation, let my will harmonize and align with the greater good for all I connect with today. You may have specific intentions for harmonizing with your customers, your coworkers, family, friends, etc. And that's usually as I'm saying this, my prayer for this, it's just let me be in harmony with people today. And especially, if I'm struggling with relationships, I'll be very purposeful of praying for, over that relationship with that person or whoever I'm coming in contact with them. This would be a great thing to do if you have those family members or friends that you just struggle with more, right? Just help me to be in harmony with them today, and let this interaction be leading to you for you. Third step is joy. So again, we're going to put a drop in our hands, cup it over and breathe it in, and then place it over your heart. And oftentimes I've always said, as we do Bible classes or other classes, we all need joy. We need more joy, right, in our lives. And it's great to put it over your heart and just to help elevate your frequency. Because again, if we're living in doom and gloom, then our frequency is really low. But as we use joy, right, it's going to start bringing our frequency up because of those oils in this blend specifically, or a higher frequency, and it will elevate your mood, and it will elevate the mood of people around you, because you are a human diffuser when you put these oils on. So if you're looking to become more open-hearted, you can use that time to just really speak your heart's desire, okay, into that. What'd you say? You don't like that one? Okay, so then if you don't like it, you just keep putting it, keep putting it on. Yeah, some people do. I have a friend who just would put it on her feet and she'd put socks right on, but she was also grieving, and she realized, and this is like years after a big loss, but she still just hated that oil, the smell, because there's a lot of rose in there and jasmine, and it's a high frequency. And again, you guys, when we are living in a lower frequency and we bring in a high frequency oil, there's a gap there, right? And so we may not be ready for that high frequency. We might need something that's just here. So I may need to use Stress Away or Peace and Calming or bergamot, something like that. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Thank you. You can take pictures of these too, that's fine, and I can share this. But anyway, so we want to make sure that that you, as you raise your frequency, then the oils aren't going to bother you so much. Okay. All right, so there's step 2. And then the last step is White Angelica, and this one we're going to put a drop in our hands. Put them, rub our hands together, inhale deeply, and then we literally cover our bodies. So think of it as the shield of faith, right? You're putting your armor protection on over you. And I love this one. Look at this, sneeze. There it goes. I love this one, and just setting my intentions that God, I am protected by you, and as I come into whatever I come into today, help me to be protected, and again, to just be a witness and an example and a light to other people. Imagine this one encasing your entire body like a guardian shield. Isn't that cool? I just love that. Yeah. And so by doing these 4 steps every day, you will start to notice that your energy changes, how you interact with people and with the world in general will change if you do it consistently and you set your own intentions. So if you want to pray during that time, like I do, you can pray during that time. If you just want to think about, okay, this is what I want to accomplish or whatever it is, you do you, that's fine. But I just think for me, it's just another way to be purposeful and intentional with how I'm going to plan my day and working with God on that. Okay. So what other ways do you guys manage stress? What have we not covered? Because I know we covered a lot when you can't see online, but when we said, I pulled out all the oils and they're like, geez, Britta, that's a lot of stuff. But we covered a ton of stuff though. We did. You don't need all this stuff, right? Not every one of these things is good for you. But if we touched on something tonight that you're like, oh, I'm intrigued by that Great Day Protocol, or I'm intrigued by, the supplement, or I'm going to look into Mineral Essence more, or, whatever it is, start with that, right? You don't have to start with everything. You start with 1 or 2 things and see how that does and see how that affects you. So does anybody else have anything that you love for stress or emotions or peace and calming and walking? Yeah. 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 Being active, getting up and out. Oftentimes, when we're stuck in our houses and we're hibernating in, even though we might think, oh, I just love to be home. We need interactions with people, right? And we need to get out and to, see other people. So if you're starting to feel, like, oh, I love this, but you're feeling kind of down, just get up and leave your house. And even if it's just for going around the block for a little walk. Okay, so let's see. I hope that you, I hope some of the things we talked about tonight can help you combat the stress and exhaustion of the holidays so you can enjoy more of what they're supposed to be about, which is positive things, right? So, and it's okay also if you're in the middle of something that if you're like, I am at the end, it's okay to walk away, go to the bathroom and get an oil out and use it, right? Or to take some cortisol or whatever that might be so that you can deal with it better. All right, so thank you for joining us for tonight. Next week, our class is actually on Monday night, December 12th, with our very favorite Skylar Mann. And she's going to be talking about visioning and goal setting, which is it's important all the time, but especially at this time of the year. And that also will be at 6:30 next Monday night. So I hope you guys can join us. So hold on just a second. I'm going to stop the recording.